Always nice talking to you, Jacob.
Nice talking to you, too.
Göbekli Tepe, Turkish for bulging hill. Kurdish, Zerebresk, is the name of a geographical elevation where, since recent times, the oldest known large-scale structures of humanity have been archaeologically investigated. It is a Neolithic mountain sanctuary, the construction of which involved a laborious effort that only a cross-group alliance could have accomplished. Two phases of the hill's formation are currently distinguished. The first dates back to the 10th millennium BC. The Göbekli Tepe site is located in the Turkish part of Mesopotamia, 15 kilometers northeast of the southeastern Anatolian city of Şanlıurfa. Şanlıurfa, Anılmurfa, also simply called Urfa, and known by its ancient name Edessa, and before that, Ur of Chaldea. Ephraim the Syrian, who equates Orhe with the biblical Erech, names the Assyrian king Nimrod as the founder of the city. This idea was taken up by Isidore of Seville, among others. Jacob of Edessa then equated Nimrod with Ninus, or Minos, the mythical king of Crete, the son of Belus, who is mentioned by Diodorus as the founder of Nineveh. Two 17-meter-high columns, with Corinthian capitals, on the citadel hill of Urfa, are popularly called the throne of Nimrod. Bar Hebraeus names Enoch, whom the Greeks call Hermes Trismegistus, as the founder of the city. According to another Syrian tradition, Urfa was founded by Orhe, the son of the serpent Ea. So the complex on Göbekli Tepe must have something to do with the domestication of wheat and humans. Enormous quantities of food were needed to feed the people who built such monumental structures. It's quite conceivable that hunter-gatherers switched from gathering wheat to cultivating it not to meet their usual caloric needs, but to build a temple. If this is true, religious beliefs may have led people to pay the high price that wheat demanded. Historically, it was assumed that settlers first settled in a village and then built a temple in the center. Göbekli Tepe suggests that the temple came first, followed by human sacrifices, and then the village. Anu appears briefly in the Akkadian epic of Gilgamesh, in which his daughter Ishtar, the Akkadian counterpart of Inanna, persuades him to give her the bull of heaven to send to Gilgamesh. The incident results in the death of the bull of heaven and a leg being thrown on Ishtar's head. In another myth, Anu summons the death hero Adapa for breaking the wing of the south wind. Anu orders Adapa to receive the food and water of immortality, which Adapa refuses, having previously been warned by Enki that Anu will offer him the food and water of death. In the Hurrian myths about Kamarbi, known primarily from their Hittite translations, Anu is a former ruler of the gods who was overthrown by Kamarbi, who bit off his genitals and gave birth to the weather god Tezub. It is possible that this narrative later served as the inspiration for the castration of Aranas in Hesiod's Theogonon. It has also been suggested that Anu may have been identified with Zeus in the Hellenistic period, although this remains uncertain. Anu, also known as Zeus, in Sumerian Akkadian mythology, was the supreme god of the sky, leading the multitude of gods. Along with Enlil and Enki, he was one of the oldest and most powerful gods of the Mesopotamian pantheon. His title is Father of the Gods. Anu was originally naturally connected to the goddess of the land, Kai, from whom he gave birth to the god of air, Enlil, who separated heaven from earth. His companion was the goddess of the sky, Antu. Enlil-Eli, Virgil, or Hermes, in Sumerian Akkadian mythology, the god of wind, air, earth, and storms, the supreme god of the Sumerian pantheon, but later also worshipped by the Akkadians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Kurit. Enlil's cult center was located in Nippur. The name Enlil comes from the Sumerian En, master, plus runner. This suggests that Enlil was perceived as the personification of the wind, not as a cause. Eris is perhaps the oldest urban settlement in Sumer, growing between 5 and 4000 BC. The temple is built of gold and lapis lazuli, its foundation on the northern eye being filled. It stands on the Sapar Euphrates River. O Apsu, pure place of propriety. Izira, may your king stand within you. Marduk, Amar de Utu. Sumerian, Amar Utu Dake, calf of the sun calf. Merkah is a god from ancient Mesopotamia and the patron god of Babylon, who eventually rose to power in the first millennium. In Babylon, Marduk was worshipped in the temple of Asagila. His symbol is the spade, and he is associated with the Musiu, son of the world hill, or the son of the world Utuk. In the first millennium BC, Marduk was astrologically associated with the planet Jupiter. He was a prominent figure in Babylonian cosmology, especially in the creation myth Enma-Elio. The Babylonian priests of the mid-first millennium BC, by the 5th century BC, all deities were declared incarnations of Marduk. Nimrod, Marduk of agriculture, the son of Cush and therefore the great-grandson of Noah. Nimrod was crowned king in the land of Shinar. The Bible states that he was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Nergal, the Marduk of death, the underworld, and war. He was primarily associated with war, death, and disease, and was called the god of inflicted death. Zabaka, Marduk of hand-to-hand combat. Enlil, Marduk of power and counsel. Lord of the lands, Lord of the reliable word, Father of the land, Shepherd of the black-headed. The Sumerian self-designation, hero who has visions of himself, Lord who leads his army, he who gives rest to disturbed sleep. Shin Marduk, the luminary of the night. His residence is the one from the well-preserved ziggurat of Uar, the temple of Ekishnugal, dates back to the 3rd millennium BC. The high priestess of Nana was usually the daughter of the Sumerian ruler of Uar. Adad is Marduk, the rain. Adad's symbolic animal was the bull, his attribute a lightning bolt, either in one hand or alone. In Ugarit, he was also depicted with a helmet and 2 bull horns. The Sumerians, Akkadians, and Babylonia called him Ishkur. In southern Mesopotamia, his destructive powers, such as storms, floods, and drought, were more prominent. Shem, Marduk of justice. Elam was originally a highland empire bordering the confluence of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, with its capital at Susa. Assur was generally associated with Mesopotamian Assyria and the peoples of Mesopotamia. Josephus and others attributed the progenitorship of the Chaldeans to Arpachshad. The name is said to have been preserved in the province of Arapachitis in northern Assyria. Lud, according to Josephus, became the progenitor of the Lydians in Asia Minor, who are distinct from the Ludites in Africa. Aram is the name of Syria, but refers specifically to the highlands of Lebanon. Written sources report on Marduk's wisdom, his art of healing, and his forgiving power. The god is called the Judge of the Gods, Lord of the Gods, and even the Father of the Gods. Together with the goddess healer Gwolia, he was given the ability to raise the dead. The New Year festival in Babylon is dedicated to Marduk. Meanwhile, at the other end of the world, on Mount Olympus,